What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I am going to talk about how I converted myself and my family into spirituality. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This might be a two-part video because it was a lot. Okay, it's a lot. Even my journey myself was a lot, but converting my family was a lot. But I'm gonna start off from the beginning. I don't want it to be a super long video. If it is, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to split it up, y'all. Okay, so how did I get started in spirituality? This path chose me, and looking back now where I'm at currently too, I was chosen since birth. I knew it. This is my divine purpose. Everybody does not have the same birth right or birth job. Birth job? Your reason why you're born. It's a different reason. I know mine in this lifetime specifically was to be where I'm at now, be powerful, the leader I'm not meant to follow. And so me and my family and my mom, all of us, me and my sisters, we were heavy Christians in the church. Since I was little, I can remember my mom had us waking up every Sunday, go to church. She was in the choir. She had us praise dancing. We played instruments. We did Bible study and choir practice and all that stuff. The church events, literally as deep in the church as you can get. And this was our whole life. Like, if we didn't get up and go to church, it had to be for something super serious, like somebody was sick or something like that, or anything. I even don't remember any of us missing church, like, seriously. But this was all the way up until 2021, when I was 26, 25 years old. Wait, 2021. I was like 20 years old. Anyways, it's going to take me a while to calculate that. I had my first spiritual awakening 2021. And what happened that year was we had a tragic situation happen with one of our close family friends. And it was a traumatic murder or whatever. And that affected us really bad. And on top of that, me and my partner at the time, my kid's dad, was having issues in our relationship, and it was just stressful. And that was the year where I'm trying to do everything I can to make things better in our relationship, in our healing. So it got to the point where me and my partner was going through it so bad, which is arguing, bickering, not really talking but living together, that I went to therapy because I was going through my own emotions from our tragic friends situation and my relationship situation, and being a mom too. It was just tiring. So I went to therapy, and as I'm going to therapy, I started seeing these signs of seeing. So the first sign was 1111 everywhere. And angels been exist. Like I said in my other videos, angels been existed, numbers been existed. So why are we just now seeing angel numbers when we see them, but we've been seeing numbers our whole life? That's how you know spirituality and divine alignment is real, because I've never even paid attention to the number 1111 until that significant time where it felt like something was like grabbing my head and just look. So I noticed it. I wasn't even looking for it. I didn't even know what I was looking at. I just seen patterns, the same number, and I felt like something was calling out to me. And before all this happened, even as a Christian, I just kept telling people, I'm always right about this. Like, my partner would be like, hey, have you seen this? Do you know where this at? I'll be like, oh yeah, it's behind the bathroom door, all the way up on the shelf, on the third shelf behind the thing or whatever. And he'll look at me like, how do you know all this? Like, how can you remember? And I'm like, I'm always right. So that's when I knew, like, the stuff that he was doing that I had feelings about, I knew I was right. I may not have been able to prove it, but I felt it. And later I got confirmation of that after I like dove deeper into my spirituality. So I was going to therapy, and it was to the point where it wasn't working for me. And me being a natural person, I'm going to get the help I need, but I'm not taking no freaking medication for no mental health issues. I'm not. I'm against medicine. I'm against all that unless it's natural medicine or unless it's an emergency and like something unbearable that's different. But for depression or anxiety, I'm not taking no medication for that. So every time she kept recommending that to me, it was in one ear and out the other, because I already said that's a no-go for me. I'm not doing that, period. And I know there were other things I can try first before taking medicine. So that's when I started digging into crystal healing. And keep in mind, I was the Christian where I'm like, crystals are demonic, crystals are evil, crystals is witchcraft. Yeah, I was that ignorant ass Christian that kept saying that. And I feel like this is why I got so humbled by spirituality and divine. They're like, girl, shut the hell up. You need this stuff. This is not what you think it is. So I started doing studying Christian healing. I mean, not Christian healing, y'all, crystal healing. I started studying crystal healing, which crystals is good for anxiety and depression. So once I wrote down those and how to use those, it led me to other crystals and other benefits for it, how to meditate with it, how it opens your third eye, how you can charge your water with it, you can take a bath with it. So me, I'm a person that if I research something and it's helpful, I'm gonna just keep going down a rabbit hole of knowledge, because I love learning, especially when it's real life stuff that I can use in my daily practice or to just propel in my journey on this earth. So I purchased my first 5 crystals, which was an amethyst, clear quartz, rose quartz, citrine, and green aventurine. Those were my top first 5 crystals. And it was from this local shop. This was after my therapy appointment. I went there. I bought the crystals. I remember seeing online where it said, let the crystal choose you. Don't just go grabbing. Whichever crystals you feel called to, grab those, because that one needs you and you need it. So I did that. I paid for them and they put them in this brown paper bag and folded it and stapled it for me. So I had it in my front seat driving home, and I live with my mom and stuff. We all live together. I'm the first one in getting crystals. Keep in mind, everybody else strictly Christian. Like, even me, I still was going to church on Sundays and stuff. I snuck and bought these crystals and brought them in our house. But I needed them. Like, I really needed these crystals. I needed to work with them so I can heal myself. And I knew it was going to work. I didn't know what the hell I was about to do, but I knew I needed it. I knew it was about to work. So I put my hand on the back driving home. And I promise y'all, I'm not even lying, straight face. I felt heat coming from the back, like radiating from the back. And it was in the spring. It was like a chill day. I had the air on in the car at that. Didn't even have the windows down. Sun wasn't blooming on the freaking back. I felt heat radiating from that bag. Like my energy and the crystals was already doing some type of connecting, or like Bluetooth connection. It was crazy. So I went upstairs. I already had an incense I snuck too from my mom's room, because she got incense. I didn't sneak it, but like I got it. So she wouldn't be like, oh, what you doing with there? You lighting the incense? I'm like, yeah. But I was using it to cleanse my crystals. And I was up here meditating with my energy, my music and all that going. So I want to fast forward this story, because this is a long story. I started like strengthening my crown chakra and my third eye chakra. I was doing meditations on my Audible app, Amazon Audible. It was this lady's audio book. Sorry, y'all, I'm like trying to process. She was teaching me on the audiobook how to use my intuition and my visualization to like envision the energy in my hands, making like a flower bloom, making like something infused with my energy and put it up. That's how I learned how to enchant items with my energy. And just using that and using my crystals propelled me seriously in my spirituality, to the point where eventually everything around me just started like falling apart. And I got scared because even in spirituality, a lot of people don't talk about this. How as soon as you start your spiritual awakening, everything falls apart because you are leaving a familiar frequency and level in life. You're leaving numerous things in the seen and unseen worlds, and it's just causing complete disruption. But the disruption does not stop there. A lot of people, this is when a lot of people run back to the church, because I did it. I got scared. My life was falling apart. During my third pregnancy, I got pregnant that year, with my third daughter, and me and my partner was just going at it my whole pregnancy. Like, it was hard. Even after I had her, it was so hard. And still, I just kept doing things that felt like I needed to do it. Like, the universe told me to publish my manifesting journal while I was 8 months pregnant with my daughter. Didn't know why I was doing it, but I knew, like, okay, it wouldn't hurt to try. And as my ex was telling me, like, you need to do something, you need to go to work. I'm literally 8 months pregnant. You the one that told me to stay home so you could pay all the bills, and I'm the one to watch the kids and cook and stuff. Miserable, I know, but I just let him keep talking stuff while I put together this journal. He didn't understand what I was doing. I told him what I was doing. He didn't understand, or he didn't care. So after I had my daughter in that same year in June, I'm over here healing, going through postpartum healing and stuff, and we're still going at it. Still. Finally, it's to the point where my second spiritual awakening happened a year later. I was at work. I was able to return back to my seasonal job, which I couldn't wait. But he was pressuring me to come home because we shared a car and he wanted to go make his money and stuff too. So I'm like, this cannot be life. I remember saying this. I said, this cannot be my freaking life. It has to be more out here than this. I'm an artist. I'm making soaps. I'm running a business. This cannot be it. And I'm just like, look, I can't take it. So I remember being at work and I just looked up and stared into space. And it sounded like a voice was in my ear, like, leave, leave. And I'm looking around like, and they said again, leave, leave. It sounded like freaking a person was yelling in my ear. And I knew it was a calling. One of those like deep, eternal callings. And it made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Like, so I'm like, oh, fuck. I really need to leave this relationship. We were together 8.5 years and engaged. 3 kids. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. But I knew I couldn't do that shit anymore. I knew I couldn't do it anymore. And so, y'all, I cut all my hair off. Because my hair was falling out in the back of my head. Because of this medicine I was on for my skin. And on top of that, I was fucking stressed. And I said, I can't do this no more. This is not my life. This is not it. I don't have to go through this shit anymore. Like, and so I told him, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to work. We live together, but I can't do this anymore. Whatever that may look like, I can't do it. So, skipping ahead, he got out the house. We split up. It was rough at first. It was rough for me being a mom. It was rough for the girls. I didn't know what I was going to do. It was just too much. So 2 months later in December, I'm going through it. I'm like damn near about to give in. Like, look, I'm sorry. Come back. But it was just that unfamiliarness. It wasn't even the fact that everything was done. It was just me feeling an unfamiliar feeling in a phase of my life I've never been through and felt before. So I got scared. And that's where a lot of people give up and run back to what's familiar, not knowing that the heaven, the blessings, what you've been waiting for, what's been waiting for you is literally right there. So I'm just glad I was so divinely like protected that when I did try to make things work, instantly it turned into shreds right after that, like that same week. So that's when I said, yeah, we're just not meant to be back together anymore. We're just not meant to do this anymore. And him and his new girl, which was his ex-girl before me, whatever, was starting shit on Facebook, causing problems and stuff. So I said, all right, I don't care. And it got bad. It got really bad. But I went to check my stats on my Amazon author account where I published my manifesting journals when I was 8 months pregnant, and he was telling me to get a job. And I didn't even know I sold over 2,300 copies of my journal out of nowhere during my deepest, darkest depression, where he was starting stuff. Things were like falling apart, but things were getting built as they were getting torn down. It was crazy. I made my first $10,000 in a month. I had to flex. All from me awakening, going into the unknown, not knowing what's next, but trusting it and just keep going. You get rewarded for that. So that inspired me to keep going on my journey. And I'm like, how can I keep elevating? How can I keep experiencing these like miracles, these amazing, little hints and clues and inner urges to do something and seeing the result of it? Like, people don't understand. Spirituality may not be beautiful starting off, but it's worth it. Once you give up and you always hold on so tightly, you always panicking, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But after that, my sister is 1 year older than me. No, 2 years older than me, sorry. She started awakening too. But she followed her own little path of awakening. Like, one person's spiritual journey is going to be different than yours. You could be starting on something here. They could be starting on something here. But then they didn't even get to where you started at. And y'all just swap. Sorry I talk so fast, y'all. But you could be learning something on this level while another person can be learning something on this level. And they still have to learn what you learned. And you still have to learn what they learned. But just at different times. Does that make sense? That's how spirituality is once you meet other people on their journey. Just because they know something you don't know does not mean that you're not going to learn it too. And they don't know something you know now too. I sound crazy. But y'all get it. But when my mom started awakening, when I got her awakened, seeing her transformation was insanely amazing too. Oh yeah, on top of mine, I lost 65 pounds that I couldn't even lose 10 pounds when me and him was together. But when me and him split up, weight fell off too, like instantly. I wasn't even starving myself. I wasn't dieting. I wasn't exercising. I didn't take any medicines. I didn't do anything but leave. And everything that was waiting for me just came to me in so many different ways. My vision board that I had when we were together, as soon as me and him split up, I was crossing shit off my list, like boom, 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 boom. It was crazy seeing magic happen before my eyes. And seeing my mom's transformation was insanely beautiful. Like, I'm still so proud of her because, like I told y'all, we were strictly deep in church, religious Christians. So this was a huge transformation for us. And it wasn't like we researched all this stuff to just, we wanted to be spiritually awakened. This path chose us. Like, we have deep callings. And now I'm a tarot reader. I'm doing spiritual sessions, helping people on their journeys and paths. And I'm doing consultations and psychic readings and meditations and spells and stuff, helping people, because this is what I love to do, is my calling. So I went through another spiritual awakening, 2025, and this one was not pretty. This one was not pretty. I'm still getting out of that one. Well, not getting out of it, but getting through that one. I'm on like a new level now, but it's insane. It's amazing. Like, when I say insane and crazy, I mean in the most ethereal, amazing ways, because the stuff that you never even thought about, you're experiencing, and you're just looking around like, oh snap, something shifted. I say that every week. I'll be like, Mom, something shifted. You don't feel different? And she'll be like, yeah, I've been seeing this and this and this. And this is our talks every morning. Like, I love our life. Every morning we make our coffee. We sit down together. We talk. We talk about the energy. We talk about the synchronicities and stuff we've seen. We talk about the goddesses, Hecate, Aphrodite, all of that. We see signs. It's beautiful. And I'm just loving this. Like, but my spiritual awakening last year was the least prettiest spiritual awakening I've ever had. Like, lost my grandma all in November. Lost my grandma, left the relationship. My middle daughter was going through a concussion, on top of needing glasses, on top of a sinus infection, on top of her just needing all these tests and stuff. All from her needing glasses. And we didn't even know, because she's just a suffering silent type of like a girl. Like, and now she's not like that anymore. I finally told her, girl, I am here to talk to you and hear you. You have to tell me what's bothering you and be honest about it so I can help you. But we're through all that. She's freaking thriving now. My kids are doing magic. My kids, I put all of them, bind it to me with my energy, our healing, our prosperity, our wealth, and everything, our household. It's just beautiful. And this is why I love sharing my stories, because I don't want people to give up. Spirituality will literally drive you crazy first, but that's the resistance. If you go with the flow, if you stop hanging on to things that's no longer benefiting you, if you see in relationships in, let them in. If you're fighting to keep something, you're going to stall your journey, your healing. If you are fighting to keep a job, you are missing out on what the universe has for you next. And I promise you 1,000 times out of 10 that anytime something is meant for you to leave, it is because something bigger and better is waiting for you. I'm serious. And I know people looking at me like, what the hell she got going on? I love being mystical and mysterious. But if y'all watch my videos and actually pay attention to what I be saying, everything I practice, I do, that I preach about in my videos, I literally do it. I journal every day. I get up at 6 in the morning every day. I say how much I love myself and my life and my family. I got spell jars intact. I meditate. I do yoga. I move my body. I'm mindset shifted. I don't speak bad about myself anymore or other people. I stay positive. So I'm running out of breath, so I'm going to cut this short. But yes, I'm still getting some of my family spiritual awakened. Like my oldest sister, she's spiritually awakened. I'm trying to get her to fully mindset shift, but I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of my whole family. Just giving my family like super helpful magical tips. Like journal y'all desires, journal y'all outcomes. Like I got their names in spell jars for them to sweeten up their lives and stuff. I do tarot readings for them. I give them psychic readings, and I just want the best for me, for my family, and for everybody. So this world can be a better place. And then for the world to be a better place, we have to start within ourselves, okay? So if y'all have any questions or video requests, please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later.